Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst the rolling hills of Africa, there lived a young boy named Wisdom. Wisdom was the pride of his parents, Tunji and Tolani, who had always instilled in him the values of hard work, honesty, and respect for others. From a tender age, Wisdom showed promise, excelling in his studies and earning admiration from his teachers and peers alike. Tunji, a seasoned farmer, and Tolani, a wise homemaker, prayed fervently every day for Wisdom's success. They knew education was his ticket to a better life, and they sacrificed their meager earnings to ensure he had the best opportunities. Wisdom, in turn, took their advice to heart, dedicating himself to his studies with unwavering determination. As Wisdom grew older, he caught the eye of some older boys in the village who seemed to have an air of sophistication and independence. At first, Wisdom resisted their invitations to join their company, knowing their reputation for mischief. But slowly, influenced by their charisma and allure, he began spending more time with them. These new friends led Wisdom down a perilous path. They introduced him to shortcuts and easy ways out of challenges, including exam malpractice. Despite his initial hesitations, Wisdom succumbed to the pressure to fit in and maintain his newfound friendships. Together, they devised schemes to cheat during exams, believing they were clever and would never get caught. However, fate had other plans. During one crucial exam session, Wisdom and his friends were apprehended by vigilant invigilators and reported to the authorities. The consequences were severe: their exam papers were cancelled, and they faced legal repercussions for their actions. Wisdom's dreams of a bright future shattered before his eyes, leaving his parents devastated and heartbroken. With his academic prospects dashed, Wisdom struggled to find his footing. He drifted through odd jobs and menial work, eventually settling as a motor conductor, a far cry from the aspirations his parents and community had held for him. The once promising young man became a symbol of disappointment and regret, not only to his family but also to those who had believed in his potential. His siblings, who had looked up to him as a role model, now questioned his judgment and direction in life. Friends who had once cheered him on in his endeavors now either avoided him or expressed their disappointment openly. Some of his peers had gone on to become successful doctors, lawyers, and engineers, while Wisdom struggled to make ends meet. Amidst the shame and despair, Wisdom encountered a few friends who refused to give up on him. They saw beyond his mistakes and extended a helping hand, urging him to confront his demons and reclaim his dignity. Deeply humbled by his fall from grace, Wisdom began a journey of redemption, a journey fraught with setbacks and failures as he battled to break free from his past. Throughout his struggles, Wisdom remembered the wisdom of his parents and the proverbs they had shared with him: "A man who hangs around a bad tree will bear bad fruit, and the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people." These sayings resonated deeply as Wisdom sought to rebuild his life and regain the trust he had lost. Slowly but steadily, Wisdom began to turn his life around. He sought guidance from elders in the village, who counseled him with patience and understanding. He enrolled in evening classes to complete his education and pursued vocational training to acquire new skills. It was a challenging road, marked by setbacks and moments of doubt, but Wisdom persevered. Years passed, and Wisdom emerged a changed man. Through sheer determination and the unwavering support of those who believed in his potential, he found meaningful employment and became an advocate for education and honesty in his community. He reconciled with his family, seeking forgiveness and vowing to honor their sacrifices. Reflecting on his journey, Wisdom often shared a proverb with the younger generation: "The path to success is not always straight, it winds through valleys of hardship and over mountains of adversity." His story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the consequences of making reckless choices and the power of redemption. As Wisdom looked back on his youthful mistakes, he understood the true cost of his actions, not just to himself, but to those who had invested their hopes and dreams in him. He had learned that true success was not just about personal achievement, but about integrity, resilience, and the courage to confront one's shortcomings. And so, Wisdom's tale, titled "The Costly Mistake," echoed through the village, a testament to the transformative power of second chances and the enduring lessons of life's journey. Years passed since Wisdom embarked on his path of redemption. Through perseverance and the support of his community, he rebuilt his life step by step. Wisdom found steady work and immersed himself in community projects, sharing his story to inspire others. Yet, his heart still carried the weight of past regrets and the longing to make amends. During this time, Wisdom crossed paths with Juliet, a compassionate and industrious young woman who shared his passion for education and community service. Juliet was drawn to Wisdom's sincerity and determination to make a positive impact despite his past. Their bond deepened over shared values and a mutual commitment to building a better future. As their relationship blossomed, Wisdom and Juliet married with blessings from their families and the community. Together, they resolved to raise their children with the wisdom gained from Wisdom's tumultuous journey. They understood the importance of instilling both academic excellence and moral integrity in their upbringing. Wisdom and Juliet became dedicated parents, nurturing their children with love and discipline. They shared Wisdom's story openly, using it as a guide to teach their children about the consequences of poor choices and the rewards of perseverance. They emphasized the African proverb, "The child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth," teaching their children the value of community and responsibility. Their eldest son, Kofi, inherited his father's determination and his mother's compassion. From a young age, Kofi showed promise in academics and leadership. With Wisdom and Juliet's guidance, he excelled in school, earning scholarships and recognition for his achievements. Kofi's success was a source of pride and fulfillment for Wisdom and Juliet, proof that their efforts were bearing fruit. Their daughter, Precious, inherited her parents' resilience and empathy. She pursued her passions in the arts and social activism, advocating for justice and equality in their community. Wisdom and Juliet supported Precious's endeavors wholeheartedly, encouraging her to use her talents to make a positive impact just as they had done. As their family grew, Wisdom and Juliet became pillars of their community, offering guidance and support to other young people facing challenges. Wisdom's journey from a troubled youth to a respected mentor inspired many to strive for greatness despite setbacks. He often reminded them of the African proverb, "Smooth seas do not make skillful sailors," encouraging resilience in the face of adversity. Over the years, Wisdom and Juliet watched with pride as their children flourished into accomplished young adults. Kofi pursued a career in medicine, becoming a doctor dedicated to serving their rural community. Precious became a lawyer, championing causes of social justice and advocating for the marginalized. Reflecting on his life's journey, Wisdom felt a profound sense of gratitude and fulfillment. He had transformed his costly mistake into a legacy of resilience and redemption, shaping not only his own life but also the lives of his children and the future generations they would influence. As Wisdom and Juliet grew older, they continued to impart their wisdom to younger generations, ensuring that the lessons learned from Wisdom's past remained alive in their community. They believed in the power of education, integrity, and compassion to create a brighter future for all. Cunnell harbored a deep resentment toward Wisdom, feeling overshadowed by his former friend's transformation. He gathered a group of equally envious and misguided individuals, plotting to tarnish Wisdom's reputation and dismantle his family's achievements. They concocted a plan to spread false rumors about Wisdom, accusing him of corruption and deceit. One evening, as Wisdom and Juliet sat with their children around the dinner table, Kofi spoke up, his face etched with concern. "Father, Mother, I heard some troubling news today. People are saying terrible things about our family. They claim you're involved in dishonest dealings." Wisdom's face grew serious. "Who would say such things, Kofi? We've always lived with integrity." Precious chimed in, "I've heard it too. It's spreading quickly. Some people are starting to believe it." Juliet placed a comforting hand on Wisdom's shoulder. "We need to find out who is behind this and put a stop to it." Wisdom nodded. "I have a feeling it's Cunnell. He never let go of his grudges. but we must be careful. We can't stoop to their level. The next day, Wisdom and Juliet visited the village elder, Babajide, a man respected for his wisdom and fairness. They explained the situation and sought his counsel. Babajide listened intently, then spoke, "A man who plants thorns must never expect to harvest roses. This is a test of your character, Wisdom. You must confront these lies with the truth and the support of those who know your true nature." With Babajide's guidance, Wisdom and his family set out to clear their name. They organized community meetings, openly addressing the accusations and sharing their side of the story. Friends and neighbors who had witnessed Wisdom's transformation over the years stood by them, vouching for their honesty and integrity. Meanwhile, Kunnal and his cohorts continued their efforts to undermine Wisdom's family. They spread more rumors and even attempted to frame Wisdom for crimes he did not commit. The tension in the village grew, and some began to doubt Wisdom despite his efforts to prove his innocence. One evening, as Wisdom sat with his family, he said, "The ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people. If we let this evil divide us, we allow it to spread. We must remain united and steadfast in our truth." Juliet added, "And remember, the night may be long, but the day will surely break. Good will always prevail over evil." As the battle wore on, Wisdom's family found solace in the support of their true friends. Kofi and Precious, inspired by their parents' resilience, took active roles in defending their family's honor. Kofi used his medical knowledge to organize health camps, proving their dedication to the community's well-being. Precious used her legal expertise to counter the false accusations legally. One fateful day, an unexpected ally emerged. A former member of Kunnal's group, disillusioned by the deceit and malice, came forward to confess the truth. His testimony revealed Kunnal's plot and exonerated Wisdom and his family. The village, seeing the extent of Kunnal's treachery, turned against him. Babajide called a village assembly, where he addressed the people. "A man who walks in darkness will stumble and fall. Wisdom and his family have walked in the light of truth and integrity. Let this be a lesson to us all: the path of righteousness, though difficult, leads to lasting peace." With Kunnal's schemes exposed, Wisdom and his family regained their standing in the community. The ordeal had tested their strength and unity, but it had also reinforced their commitment to living by their values. Wisdom's story became not only a tale of personal redemption but also a testament to the power of truth and the triumph of good over evil. As the years went by, Wisdom and Juliet continued to guide their children and support their community. Their story, titled "The Costly Mistake and the Triumph of Integrity," became a cherished narrative, reminding everyone that no matter the trials, steadfastness in truth and unity would always lead to victory. And so, Wisdom's journey, marked by trials and triumphs, resonated through the village, a beacon of hope, resilience, and the enduring principle that good will always prevail over evil. And so, Wisdom's tale, titled "The Costly Mistake and the Journey of Redemption," became woven into the fabric of their village's history, a testament to the enduring spirit of hope and the transformative power of second chances.